the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 29th is $2 off bacon, $2 off summer sausage, and 20% off on crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to it. It is Wednesday. I had to pause for a second. My days are blurred, and I'm starting to. I'm gonna have to take a day off to gather myself. My brain is fried. DP, Austin Norman, Jay Foreman will join us shortly. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, you can follow us on all the video streams, various video streams, and however you consume your radio and podcast business all over the place. You can stream Allo, Channel 961, and you can jump on Facebook, X, etc. Pretty good stuff along the way. Austin Norman, let them know about the Mercado.
Gladly, the great people with 3 locations in Lincoln as well as 1 up in Omaha. So there was some sketchy stuff going on up in Omaha, some drag racing up at 168th and Maple. Guys, the Mercado opens again the next day. You know, chill, right? You missed it. I'm sorry. Trust me, I get it. You want to get there. But Omaha people, as great as the Mercado is not worth risking your life or someone else's life to get there after hours. So go back the next day. Get your great Mercado meats, whether you're at 168th and Maple or at any of the 3 great Lincoln locations.
And grab us some.
Yes, please.
And come on through.
We ain't hard to find.
Right here at the corner. We are working on several things, and there's lots to talk about. We can talk about this before Jay gets here. 2 things. One, that Austin, you and I get to do a thing right now that you and I have talked about. But, of course, next week, what is next Sunday?
Sunday, February 9th is this little thing called the Super Bowl. Sorry.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Licks. 59.
Right? Licks. And hopefully it doesn't.
Right.
Hopefully it's a good one. And I think we have built some traditions, and we like to expand on those. One, of course, please meet us down at Buffalo Wings Rings. Come on down.
2:45 tomorrow. Chance to win $30.
Come
more
on
chances next
down.
week.
Come on down. Hang out. We'll be giving out squares there. First 100. First 100. First 100. First 100. If you're 102 standing in line, sorry.
You knew the deal.
I don't know what to tell you. Every year, 106, 108, 112, 138, they show up pouty faced. Hey, man. Dad, yeah, I got stuck in traffic. No.
I'm sorry.
No, it opened long before traffic started that day. So make your plans to be there early. Got some great prizes. We're going to give away some hoodies. We're going to give away the usual suspect of things that they are putting into the pool, but we're putting some things in the pool as well. We're going to have some mill gift cards. We'll have some T-shirts. We'll have some hoodies for both the Chiefs and the Eagles. I made a friend a promise that I would not refer to them as the Eagles. Over
Did you
the
see
next
how the Philadelphia mayor referred to them?
No.
ELGSES.
Yeah, work it out.
Find a way.
I can't say it. IGGLES. But from DC, Eagles is the only way you get it. But I said for the next 10 days I would behave myself. But here's what we're going to do, Austin, via the text line. We're going to give away the first 2 of the 100 squares that we're going to do for listeners. So there'll be 2 sets of squares. One at the event, the day of. You literally have to be there that day. But for listeners, there'll be another set of squares, similar prizes, mind you. I know that there is a Mike Rozier jersey. I know that there is a Jeff Kenny jersey I signed. They're both signed. I know there's a Will Shields jersey. I know that there's a Roger Craig jersey that the quarter winners will win just from the listener pool. And I am efforting signed Chiefs and Eagles jerseys for Sunday. So you and I, when Jay gets here, we'll come up with a trivia question.
We can do that.
And the first person to answer that trivia question gets the first square. You get the first square. And then later, in hour number 2 of Old School, we'll go away the second square.
How about that?
Let's start the party.
How about that?
Let's start the party.
What we do, lead up hitter.
Let's start the party. We're going to do that as well. Couple things to take care of, little things of business to take care of. So most of you know that starting Monday, there will be some changes in the lineup. There'll be some changes in the lineup. And specifically in the usual Old School time slot, Austin Orman, would you explain to folks what's in store for them for the 5 days and hours normally set aside? I think your schedule slides a little from 3 until when?
Yes. So it's Jay and I kind of put this together, what we think is going to be best for Old School moving forward. At the very least, we will have 1 hour of regular old school like you're used to, 5 to 6 p.m.
Yep.
Mondays, obviously 6 to 7, we will have Tom Chattel through basketball season. So that's not going to go anywhere. Appreciate having those conversations with Tom. Tuesdays, obviously, an hour of On the Block, hour Takedown Tuesday, hour Teammates, and Lincoln Stars, right? They like that time slot. Who are we to move? And we'll keep them there. Wednesdays, we'll do On the Block 3 to 5, hour of Old School. And then a new partner here at the station, Lighthouse, will be in Bill Mitchner, that Jay Foreman connection there. Thursday, a little up in the air. Might be a 2 hour of Old School day, might be a WTF day, still working through that. And then Fridays will be, Jay seemed to like corner 3 at 6 to 7 as well. So we'll just do an hour of Old School 5 to 6, straight into corner 3, which will then, of course, continue to lead you into high school hoops, into high school softball, high school baseball, all that good stuff as we continue into the spring.
Exhale, sir. Right? It sets up a lot for you. On purpose.
In a good way.
On purpose. And not that anybody's panicked that I'm not going to be around. I'm not going anywhere. I am going to do two things as well, starting in February. People know my love for being able to have one-on-one conversations with coaches, current Huskers, former Huskers, and sports people from around the country. That's still going to happen. I will be flexible in that if somebody's out, or I'll be on rotation to various shows throughout the course of the day. So different day parts. So I get to kind of be involved and stay connected to all shows. And then one-on-one, and then being able to move around. I'll be here for Old School for most days. If needed, of course, it'll give you guys a break. It'll give Jay a chance to go do secret agent Jay Foreman stuff, that he can't tell anybody about. He can't, like, where's Jay? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And we can't say. But to be able to do that, so those things will still happen. I can tell you I've been asked, and I'm going to do it. I'm waiting. I need to figure out who my business partner is going to be in this thing. But the folks on the UFC side and the UFC fans here have asked that I do a weekly UFC show. So that's going to happen. Probably Saturday as a preview to events, right?
Makes sense.
But also during the week, depending on the schedules and how that flows. And then there will be another WWE show. Of course, the Breeze, Haas and I have done quite a bit in that space. Bach does his character and I do some stuff together. But there's some actual former WWE stars who want to do a show. And that's going to happen as well. But in a real partnership with Teammates mentoring, I've been asked to go and give some speaking events around the state for young people and for educators and for mentors and mentees. And it seemed like the best thing for me to do was to say yes. And so I will be spending some time on the road, driving across Nebraska at schools and at events for Des Moines Adams, Coach Osborne, and Teammates. So that was going to happen, but also a thing.
Are you ready for the rest of Nebraska? Is the rest of Nebraska ready for you? We already know the answer is no.
Which is the greater question?
Well, I already know the answer that the rest of Nebraska is not sure what it's in for with you in a good way, right? They'll learn.
What is it? Who is less ready? The rest of Nebraska or myself?
I don't know.
Like, I think that's a fair.
You got
question.
A lot to learn about each other, DP.
Text line. Well, I've made myself available to the rest of the state, and I think some of them have listened in and kind of have it. But the places, especially in February and March, the places that I'm going, asked for me to come. Right, that was the other part. So, yeah, I'm not just showing up. Like, I'm not just showing. I'm just
surprise.
We are not doing. Let's guess who's coming to dinner. No, we are not. No, sir.
They're not doing guess who's coming to dinner. You're not doing guess what's for dinner.
Yeah, I'm not. There's none of that. No, it's pretty exceptional in that being trusted with that messaging and being in that space. But yeah, it's a real thing. There's a question behind that. And then there's another thing that I want to pitch to you. And there's a thing that I like to do often in giving keynote speeches is to ask Do I have your permission to tell you the truth? Right? And to know that you have permission to tell me the truth as well. But there's a need for actual teammates all over the state, but specifically in middle schools in this area. And to me, some of the greatest humans that I know in this state all happen to work here. And the number one excuse for most things in life, right? If you ask somebody, why aren't you an A student? I simply don't have the time. Why aren't you doing this? I don't have the time. Why aren't you working out? I don't have the time. But that is just it. It is the great excuse. It's not exactly the truth. And so if we said to people, when we ask people to consider becoming a teammate, the general answer is, I don't have the time. Like, I want to be consistent, but I don't have the time. Which is a wonderful independent thought, except they forget that they're talking to me. And I am a resolver. I am a problem fixer. I am a thing that I remove obstacles from the mission. Like, that's literally the job of leadership, is to identify obstacles and remove them. And so I said this, and Austin, I need your public response to this. That if I said to you that I believe so much in teammates and believe so much in the power of mentoring, and I believe so much in the good that the people who work here and have names and have faces that people know and have stories to tell and are great listeners, that they should be teammates. And if I said to you, okay, what is your main reason for not being a teammate?
I mean, probably cop out and say time.
Time. So that would be the answer for most of the talent that works here. Time. Well, what happens at the ticket is that we've committed to spending time on ticket clock for X number of weeks, hours a week. And I'm willing to do this, to put money where my mouth is and where my heart is. That I'm going to pay any of the talent and producers at this station for 1 hour a week for a minimum of 20 weeks, right? Because that's what it is. Mm-hmm. And it's during school time. So, right? That everybody who does shows for me has at least 2 hours a day where they're committed to the ticket. And they're committed in telling the stories and being a voice and being a positive impact and influence on this town, this community, and the young people. So, Austin, I'll say this to you the same way I said this to Jay. I'm going to offer, and Jay Foreman's walking the door, and he and I have had this conversation. I haven't gotten his response to it, but I'm Austin, that it is my responsibility and it's my pleasure to offer every person that works here at this station an hour a week. And it's only going to take you a half hour, right? Because you'll pick the school and you'll pick the time. To pay that hour myself. And I'll fill in that hour, right? So if you decide that it's Tuesday at 3:00, go. If it's Wednesday at 3:00, go. Wednesday at 1:00, go. Go do that. Because I think it's our responsibility. Like we know that often we're the voice for issues and celebrations in this town. So I said, to me, some of the best people I know also happen to work here. And I can't imagine, I'm a mentor, I'm a teammate myself. Every Tuesday I go to Lincoln North Star. I've got a young man that I've been around for 2 years, and it is joyful. It's a blessing. And I know what it does for me. I know it's supposed to be for him, but I also get from it. And so I said, listen, I've done it for 2 years, so I know kind of what it takes to do this thing. And it doesn't cost anybody here any money. It doesn't cost, you don't have to make plans. You don't have to do anything. It's in your space. So, Austin, if I said to you, I tell you what, I'll pay you the hour for you to go and just sit across the table from some young person that needs a grown-up to listen to them and see them. And is that a thing for you?
Could we talk into it? Make it happen?
Yeah, I think so. So I was talking to Des Moines last night, and I think we can do some stuff. Like we'll do a big full announcement, but I think amongst those things, again, with a new lineup, and you've broken down what you and Jay are going to do in this time space, and what it allows me to do for all of us, because it adds to it, but also to challenge the listeners that it's a half hour a week. It is a half hour a week where you, just you as you are, some young person needs you. Some person in Lincoln needs you to just commit to being there and listening. You don't have to spend any money. It could be the school closest to you. It could be the age group that you prefer. It's all those things. And we'll just ask people, you know what, go through the process. Go through the process.
UMH.org.
And if it's not too much, then we go forward. But I want the ticket to be in full support for any talent that wants to do it and is able to do it. Again, I get most people for 2 hours a day. I get you for 10 hours a week. One of those hours, I need you to go sit in front of a young person and listen. So Jay Foreman's in the building. Again, for listeners that want to be a part of it, you can just go to teammates.org, and all the application process is pretty simple. Pretty amazing. It's good for us. It's good for them. If we're going to lead this community, I think we have to actually lead the community. And I think that's a step. We'll come back. Old school in full. Jay Foreman in the house. The Hall of Famer is here. Who knows where Jay Foreman will take us in the next 90 minutes. 93.7 The Ticket. Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100, and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl, Jordan, with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk commitment. And what better way to do that than with some shiny, sparkly jewelry? Am I right? Now, I'm not suggesting you have to rush, but if you're considering making a significant move, do your planning. We offer financing and payment plans. Lock down your selection with confidence. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. You got me. What up, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman, the Old School crew, and back in full effect. I was thinking, actually, I was talking to some friends down in Houston, and obviously it's with the East-West game, I think, being played tomorrow. I saw Nash is doing real well out there. At least saw some highlights of him. And then obviously with Ty Robinson and Tommy Hill, and I saw a highlight of Thomas Fedoni today making a great catch against one-on-one coverage against the Wisconsin DB, but nevertheless, it was a really good contested coverage. So I'd let you know the depth of Nebraska, or at least the guys that were, really good players and been here for a while. They're get some fruits of their labor down there at the Senior Bowl. And it made me start to think, because you start to see other quarterbacks, that go down there, and some make a lot of money, some don't. And I think a lot of it that you hear on TV is the stories that they want to tell before they even get on the field. So I started to think about my man CJ, the slew-footed slinger, just because New Orleans Saints seems like they're going to be all in on Kellen Moore, obviously, with everybody, dipping out. So they've probably been Mike McCarthy, Brady, the coordinator for Buffalo, and a couple other guys have been told pretty much in private that they're going with Kellen Moore, or they're not going to be told. Now, with Houston, a year after Bobby Slowick is essentially turned down interviews, kind of like Ben Johnson, decided to part ways with Bobby Slowick. And it was rather quickly and harshly. Amazing what happens in 9 months. It made me start to think, what could happen? How? I knew this when it happened. I didn't believe it. A good friend of mine down there is up there in scouting, and I have another friend named John Harris that covers the team. Has been covering the team since I've been there. Really, 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 really on it. Loves the draft. Loves the Houston Texans. He's a Houston dude. He told me about the first interaction with Bobby Slowick with CJ. And the one thing about CJ, as you saw when he booted up against Singleton from the Broncos a rookie year, don't let the light skin fool you. CJ is no punk, and he believes in himself. And I think if you really do the research on him, how he got to Ohio State, how he was overlooked, how he was assumed not even to win the starting spot, wasn't named the starter for quite some time, and built a kind of a abrasive relationship with Ryan Day that moved very, very smoothly, obviously, with him being a phenomenal player, leading him to be the number 2 pick in the draft. But Bobby Slowick literally challenged this man, and Austin saw the story, and it's been all over the news, and literally cussed him out on his it's like you get so many draft visits. So essentially he's down there. They're supposed to be whining and dining you. They're picking a quarterback. Okay, it's either CJ or Young. They're making moves for trying to get 2 for 1, which they end up doing. And he blankety blank went at CJ, and CJ, they got face to face. And nevertheless, D'Amico and their GM stepped in and drafted him anyways. But that first
Did they draft him anyways, or did they draft him because of it? They said they saw the spunk.
I think D'Amico drafted him because of it. They drafted him anyways because of Bobby Slowick. But then also, here's what's interesting. That's the first thing that you hear after he's fired, why he was fired. As petty as coaches have as much leeway, when you're the franchise quarterback, you can have that memory like an elephant. It's just amazing to me how many guys start their career by essentially going in there and bombing on interviews. DP's been there where it's like he knows this, and I don't know who I was talking. He's Schuler. Mm-hmm. I know this for a fact. Okay, I know Bobby. I've been knowing Bobby Beathard since I was crapping my diapers. Okay, be honest with you. You know, I don't get into the. You know, I've been knowing him that long. He's been knowing my dad. And he told me the story about when Schuler came there, and he was like, "Hey, no go, don't do it." Now I think he was gone, but then Charlie Casserly ended up picking him, anyways. But that's the opposite, right? If you're in a room,
DP looks back fondly.
Well, it changes. It changes.
There are very few things that really get my nose to wrinkle, like Charlie Casserly. Charlie Casserly, man. He's
a homeboy hookup.
It's brutal. So you're right that how many forks in the road for bad or good organizations happened in those drafts,
and you never hear about it until now. You have mass media and all that. Now that he's gone, and let's be real. That's not the first abrasive conversation that he's had with people in the building. Mm-hmm. I remember when I said this, and I always try to drop a little nuggets. How did the conversation go from the head coach to the coordinator? Were you receptive? Because if you are almost a head coach, essentially he turned down head coaching opportunities last year. And with the injuries, both on the offensive line, Schultz was injured some this year, and then obviously with the receivers, there's not a head coach that's going to fight when you're lock in step with your franchise quarterback. So that conversation after that Kansas City game, I can guarantee you, was very short.
Breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
John Cook retires.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Larson left, and then John Cook said, "All right, I'll be right there with you." So who does that mean? That the Louisville coach comes?
Don't know.
Did they hand it over to Jalen?
I'll say this. Yeah, I'll say this. And I'm consistent about that. In the forward looking, that foreshadowing, people should be careful and not rush. Just let it play out. Because
will they hire?
Because it will. One, we don't know why.
Well, I mean, he might be tired.
There's 100 things he might be. There's a thing that he is, and there's a thing that Jordan is, and ultimately, for Nebraska volleyball, who has put itself at the top and forefront when it comes to women's collegiate athletics, and how business is being done, that the exposure and the pressure of having to figure out that even in the volleyball program in the country, that not winning a national title causes some issues. And then when you reach the point in your career that John Cook is at, that things, you have a very, very specific list of what you want and what you need. And then what else is there for you to fight for? Right? What else is there? And we've seen the Nick Sabans of the world. We've seen coaches who just said, you know what? Now's the time.
Yeah.
For all the stuff that's going on, now's the time.
Yeah, I don't think it's that.
Okay.
I think
what do you think it is?
I mean, don't he live in like Montana or somewhere?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Got land in Wyoming.
Which one? Where does he live? Montana, right? Is that where he ride his horse? Or didn't he
Wyoming.
It's all the same. Isn't it? There ain't nothing up there. It's
so
desolate.
funny.
It's all the same. I think he's in Montana.
So funny.
He liked riding horses. It's probably, like that one. Didn't he come back and he got a horse?
Yep.
Okay, then. I mean, that's probably not there's probably various reasons. Maybe he thinks it's time. Maybe he wants to have a new voice. Maybe there's a plethora of reasons why you go. And you don't have to have a reason. You could just say, you know what, it is time. And he's been successful. He's quite frankly, one of the greatest volleyball coaches of all time. Now the pressure's on. See, this is where people think when you are second or third in command, it's easy to say that you can be the man. I'm telling you, I've been there. And when you think you're really doing something, and then next year when you're hunted and you have to be the dude, and this is also are you man or woman enough to follow a legend? Because that takes here. And it's not just the first year because it's on autopilot right now. Rinse and repeat. You wrote out they could literally police themselves, right? Okay, we're talking 2, 3 years, 4 years down the road. Now you got to be the dude. Then you got to answer the call, and then you're always facing and going and chasing the ghost or the object that never will be caught. No matter what LeBron does, no matter what LeBron does, he'll never be the greatest of all time. Clear cut. No matter what he does. No matter what Kobe did, he never would have. Period. Point blank. One book is written and gets better with time, and it will continue to get better with time. And one is just starting to get written, and then you can evaluate each chapter in this vacuum of volleyball or college sports right now, which is going to change probably 2 or 3 times in the next 4, 5, 6 years.
Well, let's read the official statement. Of course, the announcement that 4-time national champion head coach John Cook, who has won more matches than any Division I volleyball coach in the century, announced his retirement today. I've been here for 25 years. That's a quote. That's a long time to do something. It's been a great run, Cook said. I want to thank my family for their support, and I want to thank Bill Byrne and Terry Pettit for giving me the opportunity to be Nebraska volleyball coach. I've had the opportunity to work with some great coaches and staff over the years. I'm forever grateful for how hard they worked and for how much they gave to Nebraska volleyball. Sir.
Yeah, I mean, that's just right. Well, it tells you right there when he got his cowboy hat on. When he's dipping his hat, how do? That's when I ride my horse, Austin, and then when I go into town.
Jordan jump shot, man. Leave it hanging and walk out.
That's the. Well, I mean, look, man. Sometimes it's time. You can't coach forever, and it catches by surprise. But I'm sure it was probably something in the making. So we'll see who's up next.
He doesn't pull the trigger on this without a plan.
Yeah, he going home.
Well, I mean, for the program, right?
Maybe.
We know what John Cook's doing, but I'm saying he doesn't just walk away from a program and not say.
Oh yeah, he don't.
He's
not cold turkey. He probably gives some suggestions.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's right, bro. That's the from Nebraska Twitter, Nebraska volleyball Twitter. What a ride it's been. Thank you and farewell.
He letting you know. Yeah. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, look, man, you always got. I mean, that's why I would say you always got to appreciate what you have when you got a good coach, good players, and also coach that's poured back into his players in the program. So, wish him all the luck, and obviously, is going to look back with nothing but fond memories. He's taken Nebraska volleyball to heights that even when I was in school, they were very dominant. And obviously things have changed that you never dreamed that they would get to. So anyways, we'll take a quick break, come back, short segment. Then at the top of the 5 o'clock hour, go a little bit of Whiteboard Wednesday on how the Chiefs lucked up and got into the Super Bowl and how the Eagles changed some things in a week to look pretty explosive. Jay Foreman, DP Austin, we'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 29th is $2 off bacon, $2 off summer sausage, and 20% off on crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney and Lincoln. or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to hear their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Quick segment. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, DP, old school. Obviously, if you didn't hear as we were going through a little bit of draft history with the Houston Texans and what's going on this week in the draft, but breaking news, John Cook has decided to retire. Iconic coach in the not just volleyball, but in sport, in college sports. Forefront of some really, really good things or great things outside of even the volleyball court is like obviously having the big volleyball day and whole festivities. It seemed like it was a whole week, and obviously bringing Nebraska and women's volleyball and women's sports in general to the forefront. It was a big pioneer in that and really spearheaded the the coverage, in my opinion, especially at a school like Nebraska that's obviously centrally located in the middle of the United States, and grew it into a national powerhouse. So you want to wish him all the luck and thank him for his service. And as a good coach is always, I feel, is first thing he's trying to do is serve others.
To be fair, just took it to the next level, right? I mean, what Terry Pettit did
Oh,
he built on it, right? So it wasn't like Cook started this from scratch on his own. But again, talk about being the guy following the guy. That's kind of what John Cook was, right? I mean, think about all the good stuff Terry Pettit did for Nebraska volleyball. That was a Penn State thing, as a Stanford thing, super West Coast. Terry Pettit built it into something. Then John Cook took it to that
next level. Yeah, I think Terry Pettit built it on a little differently, right? I think obviously with homegrown, creating that edge, really, really hard nosed, and then it is what it is, and then obviously built a lot of great teams and great players, through strength and the fire that he brought, and obviously his knowledge of the game, so forth and so on. And then just perfect timing when you get a coach like John Cook is able to take it to the next level. Now you need circumstances to go with that, right? Social media, obviously more stuff with Title IX and all that. And then you need to have great players that perform to their maximum. And then you have to be there to kind of push them and aid them as well. And then also always keep those lines of communications, back with the Godfather Terry Pettit. So you're 100% right, Austin.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my brain around what Husker Nation is thinking and reacting and responding to, because in all of the time that I've been here, the constant and the consistent standard has been John Cook and women's volleyball. Things that have happened recently under this program and under his watch have changed, one, how business is being done, how sports are being viewed, how women's athletic is talked about and handled from a business standpoint and from a fan perspective, which has bled over to volleyball itself now in the professional level, actually getting TV contracts to match, for collegiate volleyball to make it on national TV, to be available. And Nebraska was at the forefront. They were the leaders. They were the North Star. This is a tough day. This is going to be, I think this is going to rattle things for a bit. I just do. I know that there's a plan. I know that everybody involved has a plan. But I also know for the Husker volleyball faithful, this day was not what they expected. They are going to be off balance for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, just like any big decision, I think it takes you a little while to kind of come to terms with it. And then, once everything that's put into effect afterwards, then slowly but surely. I think sometimes when you have a great coach, now look, I was on the team with the Coach Osborne, and I was not privy to the knowledge that he was leaving, or retiring when he did. So it'll catch the players, even though they might know, but the formality of it by surprise, and catch everybody else by surprise. And then obviously, cooler heads will come to the forefront, and then it gives everybody else time to kind of start, down the right path. So wish him all the luck. I don't think he'll be gone for good, but I just think he's going to, obviously go off and do his thing, and you just never know what the future holds with him, because I think he's such a big figure in women's sports, college athletics, and particularly volleyball. Whatever moves forward as far as this, 105 and the 20.5 million that goes on, he'll be involved in college. I'm assuming he'll have the options. I can't speak for him. So anyway, just, appreciate all the success and so forth and so on. And I think the standard that he set definitely should not be lowered. Matter of fact, it might be able to, heighten it a little bit, and you can't get that much higher, but keep pushing forward. So we'll take a quick break, come back, a little Whiteboard Wednesday. And then obviously keep the text line open for the second half of the 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic goes beyond chiropractic care. They offer physical therapy, massage therapy, nutritional counseling, and wellness classes. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today at 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and A Street in Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds, an afternoon high near 55. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, low near 33. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day, an afternoon high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 29th is $2 off bacon, $2 off summer sausage, and 20% off on crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Men's health is not a game at Limitless Male. It's serious medicine. We're not a West Coast franchise with a one-size-fits-all approach. Every man is different. Some men require more or less testosterone to feel their best. At Limitless Male, we safely monitor your labs and symptoms along the way and adjust your treatment as needed. The only thing cookie cutter about Limitless Male? The incredible results men brag about. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I did think I knocked it out, though. You know, hey, you ever remember when you were a kid and you in the kitchen? Like, well, I used to go back to Maryland or DC area for like Thanksgiving and stuff. And my grandma, when they were cooking, they like, they don't want anybody in the kitchen. So when they aren't looking or they're out, when they're trying to set the stuff up, I would sneak in there and try to get a little, taste of whatever, turkey or whatever. Hey, Austin, like clockwork, because you're trying to get in and out of the kitchen. Salt shaker. Who knocked it over? Did you knock it over? No, it was me every time. So that's what it was. If you guys didn't know me, we got the Whiteboard Wednesday coming up, and I don't know what I did wrong, but
we're back.
But we're back. We're back.
We got it. We got Kansas City, Buffalo, and we got Philly, Washington.
We got Philly, Washington. We got. Listen,
so.
I'm a Buffalo alum and a fan, and I will tell you, I felt like Buffalo had this game, but I felt like the weakness was their second and third level. Now you get Matt Milano back, he helps, but I think that they, you went really young, and then Tyler Rapp was out, so I think he was the do-it-all. He was the X factor, and he was out. The cornerback got hurt. So, quite frankly, you look at this. This is money time in the game, right? This is where the game's won and lost. This is not nothing fancy. This isn't really Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not hating on Patrick Mahomes. I'm just telling you, this isn't Patrick Mahomes. This is just Patrick Mahomes. This is Andy Reid, Matt Nagy, and just playing straight, simple football. That's how they win. I get it. Patrick Mahomes is phenomenal. He's going to go down, if not the greatest, one of the greatest of all time. He's the greatest right now, without a doubt. But this is simple right here. Now you got to be able to execute. So they're starting slot corner. So when a corner gets hurt and you already don't have a true lockdown corner like Buffalo, right? And that's up questionable, because you ask everybody on the DB room in Buffalo, everybody's the number one corner. They don't have a Patrick Surtain or somebody like that, right? So it shuffles everybody, and you're deep into the season, the playoffs. You're not able to go to the practice squad and pull somebody up that's going to be able to compete. So we got it right here. I just tapped this right here. So this is the crucial part of the game, 2nd and 7, right? And you're trying to hold your head above water. I've been in this situation. Your sphincter muscle is puckered up tight right now, because any missed tackle, any mishap right here. So it's man-to-man defense. There's no fair dodging right here, DP.
Okay.
All right, and Austin, no fair dodging. We're mugging up on the line of scrimmage, and I want you to look at this right now versus when you see the Philly in the Commanders, right? The difference where you could just look at it. One free safety right there. There he is. You're letting Patrick Mahomes know. Man on man, mano a mano. Me against you. I like that. That's what I like right there. Now, I can't tell you on air, DP, what we call it. I'll tell you afterwards, because I don't want people to be calling you after, like when we had that Husker thing, you got you in a little bit of trouble.
Complaining.
All right. So man on man here. Man on man here. There's the dude right there. Mr. Swift. All right. Man on man. Now, who makes this go? This man-to-man defense is whoever has their eyes on 15. So it's either this guy or this guy. Makes all these other DBs right. Now you X out the widest guy, because you're not going to be able to get help from there. These are the two help guys. So what they usually have right here when you're playing against a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, you have a hole player. That means you're either spying Patrick Mahomes and you're able to run him down so he can't get the first down, or create an explosive play. So as you see this going, one of these guys is the hole player. One of these guys is the spy player. Now the spy player, you're watching Patrick Mahomes, and then also you're waiting for the running back late out of the backfield. Kareem Hunt can beat us. Patrick Mahomes, not so much. Now, this is the new guy right here. There he is. You know what that's called, Austin? Unfortunately, fresh meat.
I say blood in the water.
I've been there. I've been there. Check rookie. And I won't tell you what quarterback said it, but I got his butt back. Okay. All right. And I'm going to
So it wasn't Peyton.
Well, Peyton did this thing. He was petty. He checked Husker one time and tried to hit Marcus Pollard down the middle, but I let him know it wasn't happening. So this is who they're going to attack. Now it's man to man, right? So you see it right there. Now as we see this going, How do I get this over here, Austin?
Tap off of the pen for a sec.
Then, all right. So I'm getting the hang of this. We haven't done it in so long. So now it's going. Now the play's going, right? And right here, as you can see, hold on. As you can, let me see the pin back on. That. What about this hide and stop sharing? Hide, right? There we go. I got it. Chill out, Austin.
You don't pay me to chill. You pay me to get this right.
Yeah. All right. So here's the matchup right here. Right. You got Kelsey stuck real quick. You got actually not a hole player. You got the linebacker right here covering Kareem Hunt, which I wouldn't do. I would have him go under because I would actually have him. Actually, this is pretty good. But this guy right here, who's one of my favorite linebackers, 58, is crucial. Now, I will give him credit. Kelsey's coming on the under route, but look at Patrick Mahomes. Look at those eyes. He's going right all the way, right? So when he's looking right and you think your linebacker has good coverage and you trust Hamlin against Kelsey, right? Because I like it. Hamlin will do it. Now you got to think about levels. This is a mesh route. This is a route that I like. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to run this against like a team that maybe is a little bit better than us athletically, say like we're playing like Ohio State or something, because I want them to communicate and run into each other. So 58, if I'm him and if I'm coaching, now this is afterwards, right? And I'll tell you this, Matt Milano is a dang good linebacker. And to be honest with you, he's probably on his way being better than me. So, I'm not sitting up here saying that I didn't make the same mistakes. I've made it tons of times, is that I'm looking to where the mismatch is. On number 5, who had a rough day, right? Now watch how this works. If he looks right and walls him down or gets out of the way, look what happens afterwards. Look at the separation here. Okay? This is why communication is so key.
That's what, 3 yards?
3 yards, but look at this. Look at Hamlin right here. He got through it, right? Because he went chase mode over top. He would have came downhill. So that's a win. Look at this coverage right there. Blanket. We like it right there, right? He ain't going to Kareem Hunt. And the chances are he might drop it. But this little under route, I think it's either Hollywood or Worthy. Both of them are faster than anybody on the field, the 2 fastest guy on the field, right? Look at it. The middle linebackers looking at Patrick Mahomes, catch 22. You might be okay with Patrick Mahomes running it. Now here comes the explosive play. Game over. Game over. Because worst case scenario, they're going to get 3 points. All right. Look at this right here. 4-some 3, 4-some 40. Look at this. He gone. Look at 50. Hey, listen, I've been there before, DP. You know when that was? I'm just going to tell you. Indianapolis, and this is Dallas Clark. Just stop running. I know I ain't catching him. But that was the game-breaking play. Now, Buffalo was able to play a little bit tighter defense and held them to a field goal. But the most important thing that people don't realize is the amount of time and the panic it caused Buffalo once they got the ball back. Now, they got the ball back, and they could have got, obviously, a field goal, which we saw their last play. But that play right there happened as soon as number 5 came. I think his name is Elam, came in repeatedly. They attacked him, and they ran that same concept 2 series before, and they went back to it. So that's when you watch these plays, everybody's always mad at the DBs, but, the linebackers will take that one there. I think your job as a linebacker, I think it's as a coach. That's why I think linebackers always make really, really good coaches, is that you have to serve others. So when you're doing this, number 1, you're the middle linebacker. You said it. You're the maestro. You help. Then you rally to Patrick Mahomes last. Because the last thing that you want is allow this explosive play to get there, and more time is off the clock. Because now you're thinking possessions right now. 2 for 1, not 1 for 1. So that's the one with the Kansas City Chiefs. And how do I get the Eagles one up here? Okay, I got it now, Austin. I'm getting it here.
You got it, Jay. I believe in you. You got this.
All right, now look at the difference here of our commanders or DP's commanders.
You said hour. Point that out.
I was joking. Right. No, I like the commanders. Now look at the difference in alignment right here. Right? Look at the 2 safeties. Okay? Deep. Right? Deep. It's letting you know it's zone. But now you got to have a zone beater, and you got to be, now you're thinking level routes. That means you're attacking that short, intermediate, deep, or you're going to flood the zone to put the pressure on him, and him to this side, which will happen. But you know it's zone right here. Why they did that right here. Tight splits is a new fad right now because it makes you declare early. But then also the safeties are just showing you what you're doing. Now, it's an interesting part of the game. 14 minutes left in the first half. You're up by 8. You got the ball back with all the momentum. Saquon has busted off a couple runs. Now you're trying to get the passing game going. All right, so now look at this route right here compared to the other one, right? You see Bobby Wagner, he's mugging on the blitz, so you're trying to force the pass right here. I did another one right here, right? So, again, look at the depth right here, letting you know it's zone. Zone, he's trying to get a jam. He's not jamming, right? Too close. If I'm going to do zone, I want him up there right quick, right? Because you got a little bit of leeway. Now, look at this right here. Jalen Hurts, clean pocket, right? Bobby Wagner blitzed. Right, and I talked about either you flood the zone, right, or you level routes, right? Okay, good pickup right there, right? Under, that's short. Intermediate, right? And there's another one here, right? Clean pocket right here, right? Covering grass. When you get a flood of the zone, all defenders, especially this guy's got what's called a push. Push the guy over. So you want to push this guy underneath what is eventually I call a 7 cut, which is essentially a corner route. Whatever you want to call it. Okay. They probably call it something real fancy right now. The corner route. Some people call it flag back in the day. There it is. There it is, folks. Okay. Look at this. Take the cheese route. You don't need that. Right? You want to know how I know it don't take the cheese? I was him before.
Did Jay take the cheese at one point?
I did. I did. And I had the most epic cuss out session from Jerry Gray via Greg Williams in front of Tom Donahoe, the GM of all time. And I went from
some cheese.
I'm 6'3", and I was about 5'3" after I got done with it, right? And I've been this guy too. I've been both. Actually, when I did this, I was hurt. Now, and what happens is, guess who I got mad at, Austin, when they did this? This dude. You want to know why? You making more than me. You need to make a play.
Come on, man. What they pay you for?
You covering grass, brother. Get over there. Come downhill, right?
Go get him.
Right. But that's how offenses attack you based on pre-snap alignment and a little bit of lack of communication. You got Bobby Wagner, who is a Hall of Fame linebacker. He's blitzing. And number 4, Luvo is young. He's experienced, but he doesn't know. He's not as technically sound as Bobby. That's who they're attacking right here, right? You're putting these two guys in a position because you'd like in my defense. I want push right here. I want depth right here. I want top down, deep to short, right here, deep, and then you come back here, short.
Especially on 2nd and long, where if you keep it in front of you, right, you give yourself another chance.
It's 2nd and 13. So then say they get 6 yards. I like 3rd and 7. Right now, they just get essentially almost an explosive play, right?
How hard is it for that linebacker to get to that depth, though? Is it easier if you know ahead of time, or is that still just a tough angle to get there for a linebacker?
It is, but you can get you want the pass to be harder. You don't
make him get it over you.
This is on air right here. You got to think that safety is if it's 13 yards, this is 13 yards. He's almost at 20 yards, so that means he's gotten into that a 2 deep look coming top down. So you want him to push, get underneath it, make it a harder throw, maybe get a little bit confused, throw the check down, rally up, and it might be only a 4-yard gain. I like 3rd and 9. Now you can blitz, you can do a ton of other things and to really dictate the outcome. And then on top of it, what I always talk about, right, which is just as important, if they do punt the ball, guess where we're getting the ball at? On a bad punt, right where this referee is right there. Even on a fair catch. We can force a sky punt via block, or we can go 100% return, or we can think about, okay, we're getting a sky kick, we're going to fair catch, and we're close to almost their territory. But now they got the ball going towards our territory. So now if the coordinator which is Joe Witt for the Commanders, now you're thinking like, okay, I didn't think I was going to give up a 16-yard pass in a coverage I thought that we could survive in. That's what the league is. You want to make sure that you're getting to third down to where you can predict the outcome or dictate the outcome. And that's how the Philadelphia Eagles put up 55 points, but then also that's the next step for the Commanders to get to is situational football. And that's what it comes down to. You saw it with Buffalo, right? Situational football. Now, if I would tell you this, if the linebacker gets in the way, then maybe you knock off Hamlin, but I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to think, okay, Hamlin, I'm going to take my chances against you against Kelsey, considering Kelsey hasn't been active all game. And I'm going to try to help the guy that's been getting smoked. Right? So it's just, man against zone. And you saw some of this. I think they do this at times down in Nebraska. So as you're looking at this and they're attacking against zones and stuff like that, because I know Dylan does a really good job against zones. Last year, that's how you do it. You put two guys in a catch-22, and if they don't communicate or don't have experience or aren't able to read routes on a dime, you can just start dicing guys up, left and right down the field.
So if you're Kansas City and you're Philadelphia looking at these plays from your opponent, what do you do?
Well,
how do you digest them in your 2 weeks here?
Well, number one, you want to communicate against. Let's just go Philly. I think they have the hardest job stopping Patrick Mahomes. You feel like you got guys you can play man. Gardner Johnson definitely can match up against Kelly. He's been really good against Kansas City. So it's communication, number one, when you play man, and you got to play with different levels. I think Vic Fangio will have a good. It's going to come down to which coordinator puts up the best plan with the adjustments. So I think every advantage goes to Kansas City. So what you have to do is make sure you don't give away explosive plays via defense. Now, Kansas City defensively, I think they have really good defensive backs. It's going to be a defensive game. This is real defense. I don't think San Francisco was very good on defense last year. I thought they were very talented. DP, you were there when the lady came over, and the first quote she said was effort. They had questionable effort in San Francisco last year. Right then, I think when we got off air, I said, this game's over. That's why I took the picture with Tech 9. It's over. he was like, what do you think? I was like, you guys will win. Right here, you ain't going to worry about that. So I think right now with Kansas City, if I'm Kansas City defending Philly, I'm making Jalen Hurts beat us in the pocket. So I'm mixing up my coverages. I'm blitzing, and I'm making you get off your spot.
How similar is Kansas City's game plan against Philly to what they've used against Baltimore in the past?
Well, I feel Baltimore, for whatever reason, beats themselves. It's hard to say that because they lost to Buffalo and lost to Kansas City last year. They ran the ball, 8 times last year, DP, against Kansas City?
Yeah,
when
it was 8,
right?
An issue, yeah.
Right. And then Derrick Henry had only 16 carries for 96 yards. So I don't think it's it. I think they might use something more towards Josh Allen, but let's face it, Buffalo doesn't have this type of weapons
not those horses.
Right. No. So I think Kansas City's going to do what they do. And they're going to have to they're going to need a special game out of Chris Jones and George Colossus, whoever else. And then they're going to have to really, really tackle well, because now they're facing probably the most talented and best offense when it's humming. You got an offense that can go score for score. And so then now I think the true onus is going to go on Vic Fangio and that Philly defense,
which also has its fair share of dudes.
They got a ton of dudes. Now they got to go play well against that dude, against the dude that equals everything.
It wasn't a Vic Fangio defense, but don't forget the last time we saw this matchup in a Super Bowl. Philly's up 14-7 with the ball.
Yeah, and then they had Jalen Hurts had that kind of
the Jameis Winston fumble.
Yeah, the funky. Yeah, and that was it. I mean, I think Philly learned from that. I think Sirianni learned a lot from that. He came in way too cocky. He was reminiscing about Andy Reid not keeping him, but he got him a job. You weren't his guy. You know the coaching business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You were like a third assistant. You're mad. I get it, but he got you a job, and it worked out for you. So I think they're past that. I think it's going to be one of the best Super Bowls, in my opinion, in quite some time. I think you got I feel Buffalo could have won the game. I just don't think they had the oomph to get it. I think Philly has the oomph to get it. And plus, Patrick Mahomes is over there, and Saquon Barkley is over there.
You got Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a little Whiteboard Wednesday. We'll continue to do it. I think, when I told Farley DP this, and I don't know if you were around, is Farley was reminiscing about a block punt that somebody else blocked. I think Eric Warfield blocked, and Farley somehow got the payoff of it. He's like, you should have did this. Farley, listen, you were the black leprechaun. It just bounced into you. But I told him what we're going to do on Whiteboard Wednesday. We're going to break
it back.
We're going to do. We're just going to break down. So we're going to put up all the minuses that you had.
Run it back.
That I covered up for you because you're my boy, and he knew I would. And then we're going to put the minuses up.
Run it back.
Yeah, we're going to run it back. We're going to do that, man. Yeah, we're going to reminisce. We need to actually film it. We could probably put it on there because it's pretty funny. Because we still argue about who messed up and who didn't, even though we don't even know what happened. Anyways, we won a lot, though. We won a national championship, so it all worked out, right? And so there's plenty of blame and plenty of accolades to go around. Appreciate you guys listening for Whiteboard Wednesday. We'll continue to do it in the offseason. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through January 29th is $2 off bacon, $2 off summer sausage, and 20% off on crackers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100 and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Landmark Implement, your John Deere dealer, invites you to their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney on February 5th and 6th. This hands-on event offers expert training on John Deere and Hagie sprayers, covering topics such as machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and exact applied technology. New this year, classes on autonomy preparation, see and spray, and variable rate operation. Don't miss this opportunity, February 5th and 6th in Kearney. Learn more at landmarkimp.com/events.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, Jay Foreman, DP Austin Norman. We got breaking news again. We apologize for the 20 minutes of going Whiteboard Wednesday and not continue to talk about John Cook retiring. And coincidentally, that within probably 45 seconds, they've announced the new head coach. And, you could get into conspiracy theories of what was really going on. At the end of the day, Nebraska moves swiftly. So, when you think, do they have a plan? I'm sure John Cook was a part of that plan. Look, when you have a great coach and who is an iconic figure, when he decides to retire, they don't just say, okay, thanks, here goes your gold watch or pin. So without, further ado, Nebraska named Danny Kelly, formerly Bus Boom here while at Nebraska, in the former Louisville head coach, now Nebraska head coach, the new head coach of the Evil Empire, which is Nebraska volleyball. So it's
20 minutes.
It wasn't. It was 2.
Just in the post alone, right? Just 20 minutes.
That's good. That's the way you do stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
What
do you? But my whole thing is he retired. He probably was retired before it was announced. You're probably working through logistics. What do you want to sit up here and talk about? Why he retired and create some stupid?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sitting back going. I tell you what, if a legendary coach and a legendary epic North Star standard fan base finds out after a 5-year deal is committed just months ago that their GOAT, as much as it's him or Pettit or him and Pettit, is no longer a part of their beloved program, and you find out at 4:00 or 4:30 that he's not a part of the program anymore. Stunned, head spun, gut punch, kick in the stomach, what in the world, head spinning.
Yeah, maybe.
And then 20 minutes later, he's been replaced for all the discussions that went on, all the negotiations that went on. That information is just being dumped.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying it's wrong.
But when Coach Osborne retired, it was the same thing. It's not being callous and minimizing it, but as much as you're saying, like, you want Nebraska to have a plan, you want to have a succession plan. That means this has been in the works. So would you wait a week? I mean, look, when Frank was fired, or when Frank Solis was fired, it was the longest search. It was like something like 3 months. It was laughable at the point in time, and people were upset. So you can't have it both ways. I do understand that, he signs a new deal, and sometimes, man, you could just have a change of heart. You could just say, you know what, this was a long year. Same with Nick Saban. There was no indication. I know this for a fact. It was not NIL. So take that out of it. I know for a fact it wasn't NIL. He just decided, you know what, this last year was the hardest year I've had, and I can't do it anymore. And I would argue it's apples to apples, where Alabama was essentially a couple bad snaps from losing to Michigan. I felt like Alabama was a couple bad, situational football to beating Michigan. Probably would have definitely been a better representation than this year, right? I mean, let's face it, wouldn't have lost all those players. That's kind of where you're at with Nebraska volleyball. So there wasn't any indication of a decline or some sort of big deal. I think when coaches get a little bit older and you need the amount of energy and you got to recruit 24/7, you got to foster and coddle and hold it. You got to do a ton. You're in a different type of thing. And then if you get a little older, you'll be like, you know what, man, I've had enough.
Question from 7943 on the text line, I think, is where a lot of those volleyball fans we're talking about are in the headspace right now. What's the chances of getting 3 great coaches in a row? That's hard to do.
Here's a question for you. What does it mean to the players who all had options, especially in this day and age, to play anywhere in the country, in any volleyball program in the country? And you sign, again, Cook signs an extension.
Mm-hmm.
So players, hey, I'll stay. I'll stay. And why I'll stay? Yeah, it's Nebraska. It's Nebraska volleyball. It's also John Cook. It's also Jalen Reyes. It's also a staff that exists that we were supposed to buy into and become fully emotionally invested in. It also was Jordan Larson. The GOAT comes back to be a part and validates and gives credential to said program and where it is. Then you erase all of that, and then you just say, we're just going to start over. Or at least ask for people to not question or be concerned or feel. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying, let me breathe first. Let me breathe in the fact that when I walk into that practice facility and I walk into that building at a practice and I know how things are done and I know where things are and I know the verbiage and I know the plan, I know that's going to change. And then Pandora's box, I can keep it closed, but right away we have information. And that information, all of the information could have been shared at any point. At any point. You could have told me last week, hey,
it's tricky though.
Jordan's not a surprise, right? The GOAT's not a surprise. The other GOAT's not a surprise. And hey, by the way, we're okay because we have a plan. I get that. I hear that. I see it. I understand it. I'm still saying, hey, let me breathe. 92,000, you got me to buy all the way in to this whole thing and to go on the road and invest in it, invest in the people. And hey, Jay, by the way, I've had top volleyball players' parents ask me about Nebraska and John Cook and hey, whether my young person should commit to the University of Nebraska. And I could say, yep, because I knew.
Yeah, but
I still know, but it's different.
Sure, but I've seen this before. I've lived it before. Coach Osborne was supposed to be here 5 years. He did not. I mean, it's not. I do understand, but this isn't like some foreigner. I mean, I don't even want to say. I think this is not some person that you don't know. He's grown by this dude. Nothing's going to change.
I'm not.
I mean, what I'm saying is this: if somebody was coming from like USC that's never been here before, that is totally radically different. I understand.
If you told me it was his daughter, I would still want time to process and digest. And you know what? Allow me to emotionally feel like, oh, this John Cook moment is a thing. Yesterday,
maybe he didn't want that though.
But you know what? That might not have been his to say either.
Sure, but
to the fan, I'm speaking from outside looking in. Again, I'm asking the question more than saying that this is what is. I don't know. Maybe I'm 100%.
I don't think there's ever a right, like when you have iconic, I know I can speak on this because I played for an iconic coach. I don't think there's ever a good, like this isn't a bad breakup, but there's never a good time. There's never, because if you give a whole bunch of time before they like hired Frank, then you just got a whole bunch of people. Now, granted, it wasn't to the magnitude back then. Then you get a whole bunch of people talking what happened, this, and this, right?
Yeah.
But then if you do it quickly, you get the same thing. So you might as well just come up with a plan and do it because it's never going to be perfect.
Right. I get all that. And I'm all in that. Listen, I wanted a moment for Jordan Larson yesterday. And I said across the board, let's just let it play out. Same thing for John Cook today. You smacked me in the head. Nobody can tell me that in this room we expected to deal with this today. Nobody.
I mean,
today?
No. I mean, but sometimes that's the best time to do it, though.
Okay.
Because
again, I'm all for that. But Jay Foreman, listen, man, if you decided you weren't going to do this show again, I certainly wouldn't do it at 4:30 and tell people at 5.
Right, but the opposite is to do it on a sleepy Friday when you just slide that thing in there. Was it Friday at about 5:30?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, there's never a right. And
wouldn't you want to give Coach Osborne his flowers for a moment, just for a moment to have it be about?
The thing, that's what I'm talking about. We did not do it. We weren't able to. We were about to play for a national championship. Now this is different, and she was at the the volleyball match and Jordan's playing.
Yeah.
And you just don't. The coaching business is it's weird because we talked about this all the time. Of like, I think the new wave in college football coaching and professional is you need to be able to have wolves that know the language. So that's former players, young, medium age, and old. Right? You have to, because you have to. It's so mental now. And when you're looking at a sport that obviously I didn't play, all I can think of is when, look, I was on the team and I was starting. Okay. Starter. That means I'm with McBride. I'm with, I think Coach Bowl was the linebacker coach at the time. We're in this together. I'm in there game planning. It caught me by surprise. I got on the elevator and Matt Hoskinson and then were upset. I was like, I don't think a lot of us knew. So I do understand the emotion. But I also understand what gave me some sort of like, all right, everything's going to be okay, is because they had a quick plan. And also I believed in who that was. Now, I don't
fully agree.
I don't know what the connection is with the assistant coaches. I don't know if she's going to bring in all her staff and do all that. I mean, that's up to her, obviously. And I'm sure all that stuff has hopefully been discussed, but I always feel like when you have iconic, look, let's not, trip. When Nick Saban retired, it was like on a Wednesday. It was out of the middle of nowhere. Matter of fact, his was at 6:30 in the morning or something. It was like real early. Like he must've been going out to get his, was he drinking coffee and his little donut dunks or whatever?
As Bo Lever says, I'm in shock.
Sure.
It literally was a Wednesday for Saban.
Right.
Maybe that's the key. Well, iconic retirement day.
Again, they're right in how they chose to handle it for them. For them. I'm just saying there's a part of me that would like to process.
Yeah. Yeah, I do understand it. It's no different. Obviously not the same magnitude, but you got to think, like the effect that he had on players, and obviously a bigger magnitude. And I'm not comparing these two, but where you think of like when Tony White came in and essentially kind of revamped and kind of re-energized the defense and all that stuff, and then Iowa game is gone. I think he was in Florida State's right. Like essentially going to Florida State the next day. So it's the process. Now, look, we didn't play a game for a month or whatever afterwards, so it's a little bit different. And it's on a Wednesday, and I think you just got to do things like, why hide
just
it?
yank the Band-Aid off, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Like, it doesn't mean you. And I still say from a part of this is for the fan, who literally every gesture and moment was to fall in love with John Cook and trust John Cook and to be connected, fully emotionally invested in John Cook and all the things around John Cook, including the coaching staff that he believes so much in, that he sold in, the players that he recruited and developed, and the program and all those things. And then just go, it doesn't exist. Like, rip the Band-Aid off, and then it's okay. I got a Band-Aid. No,
but
it's bleeding and it hurts.
Here's the deal.
It's bleeding and it hurts.
This is a real good text here from OG CJ. He's like, it's not like this is a surprise. This was on the horizon. And if you don't think that this wasn't on Coach Cook's terms or doing it his way, you're crazy. Now, this is also.
But that had nothing to do with what I was saying.
Oh, yes, it does.
It had nothing to do with what I was saying.
Here's why. Because as a fan, when you hear it's on the horizon, you can't believe it. Hold on. As a fan, you can't believe it because you see that man still doing it.
Do I pay attention to the 5-year extent, the deal that was just signed as a fan?
Yes, you do.
Do I buy into the integrity behind, you know what? There's a 5-year deal, and we all plan to be in this thing for 5 more years, or at least in the process that we are working together in the next thing, right? Because there's so many other things that are different now. NIL is different. People are investing. People are depositing money in. People are making donations. People are buying into, and in the recruiting deal and the transfer portal, it matters. Right. It matters if I can't trust that you're going to take care of my emotions. See, that's the fan part. But
fans short for fanatic.
No, I'm talking about.
That's what this says by the Webster Dictionary.
92,000 people watching a women's volleyball game in the stadium is fanatic.
Right.
So you better understand that. Guess what?
41, 48, 40.
Right.
You gotta get the horse back.
Right.
Listen, all I'm saying is this: if it's on the horizon, right? You kind of lie to yourself. Because you hear like, okay, play this out. Just say I'm the football coach at ABC University, and say there's some issues. Say like DP leads at AD. Okay, Austin, this isn't coming in or whatever. And it's like, okay, there's a horizon. We get stuff going, and then say I'm a little bit older in my tenure. Say I don't know, I guess Pete Carroll's 74, but just say I'm 70 years old, right? And I got other stuff going on. Well, I might sign the extension. But then I might be like, you know what? I got ABC going on, or you know what? This was a really, really hard year on me personally, and you know what? This is time to pull the plug. But I'm going to make sure I can leave and make sure the program's in good hands. But as a fan, you heard it was on the horizon before. Hold on, and here's a present day. When old Trevor left, you heard it was on the horizon, and he signed his contract, right? Okay, I mean, that's just all there is to it. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, I'm in shock, but I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Well, and I think the other part of this too is that people are saying, well, this is the way John Cook wanted it, and you're taking his word as gospel. I think what DP is trying to say is just because that's how John Cook wanted it, is that the right way to handle it? Right? We're not saying that.
I'm not saying it's the wrong way to handle it.
I know you're not saying. I'm just saying.
As a fan and somebody that, listen, buys into the idea that when a coach and when leadership says we're all in, buy in all the way, donate all the way in, show up in full all the way in, cheer as loud as you can,
exactly,
be unconditional love. Deuces, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't get to know, and you don't get to say so. You don't even get time.
Let me ask you this:
you don't get time to mourn. That's that part.
That part.
You don't get time to mourn and celebrate what was before we have to deal with what is.
Exactly.
And that's all I'm saying.
But let me ask you this, Virginia. Now. Is it Virginia?
Yeah.
Young Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you talked about this dude all the time.
100%.
And you know where I'm going.
100%.
Tony Bennett.
Yes, sir.
He took you to the brink of the season and said, you know what? I can't do it. And he knew it beforehand.
And
hold on. I'd rather you do it early than late. Correct? Because I'm going to tell you this. Those players that came there, they came there for Tony Bennett. But you had in the middle of the season. You had to kick off the season. And people were mad at Tony Bennett for kind of not allowing Virginia to go hire another coach. So it's there. All I'm saying is there's probably I think what people.
Somebody asked the question: do you go watch because of a coach? Here's a question for you, Jay. For the last 25 years, was John Cook Nebraska women's volleyball?
He's a big part of it. He wasn't the whole thing.
Austin?
Was John Cook part of Nebraska women's basketball?
Was he volleyball?
Oh, volleyball?
He
was a big part of it.
He
wasn't the only thing.
He's the face of it, right?
Yeah. It's John Cook's
He's the leader of it, right?
Well, I think that's, again, the difference between college sports and pro sports is that in college sports, we have a lot more of these dynastic coaches, whereas they've built the program in their image. So you're going to watch John Cook and Nebraska. You're going to watch Nebraska, and you have to bring John Cook up.
Because if you didn't, you wouldn't pay him all that money. You certainly wouldn't give him a horse. He's going to have a statue in the building. There's a lot. We're not talking about somebody we barely knew coming in. No, we're talking about somebody that planted seeds and has roots in this program. And if you take that away and you just rip it away, no matter what happens, even if he's still a part of the program, it's not the same. And I do want time to just breathe in, get my bearings again, and figure out, okay, I can applaud him and say, well done, before I have to say welcome to somebody else.
Yeah. You know what would have been sweet, though? Is they did a video of him just riding away on his horse.
Yep. Well, that was the image.
But no,
they did the cowboy image.
But I'm actually riding away.
Well, no, because then you think Shane. You think Shane, and that's not great.
Yeah, that's true.
Or them doing it together. A handoff in full, right? And
then who knows? He might be there at the introductory conference.
Let me mourn.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Let me mourn.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
You'll be all
Let
right.
me mourn.
Take a deep breath. You'll be all right. Jay Forward, DP Austin will be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com. Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home. When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
Attention all Wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. This is a shock and awe day. Look, there's plenty of emotions to go around when you lose an iconic coach or a coach in general. You don't have to be a national championship coach to be a coach that had a big effect on the university, but just so happens that John Cook is one of the greatest, but not only volleyball coaches of all time. He's a guy that took it after Pettit, took it to the heights and took it to new heights, and is part of the turnaround of national volleyball prominence. So it is a big deal. So all emotions are good, shock, sadness, happy. Yeah, I guess you can be angry a little bit, but then also, try to eventually have some confidence, know that the program's in good hands. You're not getting a coach. You getting a pretty established coach here. And so it could be worse where you couldn't, get somebody to come in that doesn't have the realistic and factual credibility. And that's, I think that's the best thing you take of it.
And without disagreeing with DP, because I think that's a totally legit perspective that deserves everything DP put behind it. We've seen in the college basketball sphere, Blue Bloods have a lot less success getting their next coach than Nebraska. Look at Kentucky. How many big name programs how many big name coaches turned down Kentucky?
Yeah.
Carolina,
Villanova.
Hubert was the replacement, right? Yeah. In-house, that was simple. Duke went straight to Shire. Villanova had its replacement in mind. Hasn't worked out that well so far.
Yeah, it's tough.
Let me just say, there is a program that got a new coach and everybody bought in because, I don't know, they were alumni of the school and they had just had recent top-level success somewhere else, but not Nebraska.
Yeah, you can't compare this young lady to him.
You can compare.
She's been doing this and been successful way longer.
I'm just saying, here's my thing.
My man, conspiracy. Listen,
what conspiracy? Here's the thing.
Look at her record.
80%. She's won 80% of her games. Hey, Austin. Hey, Austin. Walk me through this. Was she the national champion?
She was not.
Okay. Okay. And I like her, and I like the move. All I've said in this thing before we go, all I've said is what I would like as a fan is time to process that Coach Cook is not going to be in charge of the program that he's been in charge of for 25 years. I need a moment. I just need a moment. Let me get my bearings and let me process. And I'm thrilled that they have a plan, and I'm thrilled that it's a top 4 coach in the country. Thrilled that it's a former Husker. Thrilled that the student athletes will know who's in charge and to do that. I just wanted a moment to catch my breath.
There it is. We shall see. Anyways, Old School. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably
go get him, Coach Kelly. Go get him.
Yeah. We got Lighthouse Hour after this, man. So make sure you keep tuning in. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll holler at you tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Winter